This is the Ms.FitVegan podcast, Raw Vegan Excuses Edition. Excuse number 21. It's too expensive. You don't need to buy organic. You don't need to buy a dehydrator. You don't need a Vitamix, a Nama J2. You don't need a nut milk bag. You don't need $20 raw tahini. You don't need any expensive equipment or ingredients to go raw. Here's what you need. You need to get rid of the excuses, boo. I know someone that spends $44 a week on food, and they have been a raw vegan for 4 years. Personally, I can't do that. Okay, but they do it. They buy bananas, lots and lots of bananas. I think they buy a case of bananas for $20. Then they buy some grapes, they buy oranges and apples, and that's what they live off. They're fruitarian. Trust me, you can afford to go raw. In fact, trust me, you can't afford not to go raw. Your life depends on what actions you take. Your future is not a place you're going, boo. Your future is a place. Let me do that again. Your future is not a place you're going, boo. Your future is a place you're creating by the actions you take every single day. I have so many thoughts. They come out really fast. So sometimes it's hard for me to get them out. That's what's going on here. I'm not reading anything. It's just like I think really quickly. It's not a good thing. I think really fast, so I'm trying to say a million things at once. But basically, this is a very sad excuse. Because I guarantee you, you are spending money frivolously. And don't ask me how to spell that. You are wasting money on makeup, shoes, Amazon crap, Netflix, Peloton memberships, fucking Prime memberships, Ancestry.com. I gotta cancel mine. You are wasting money that you could be spending on fruit and vegetables, which is literally the new plastic surgery. Fruit and vegetables is literally the new medications. Fruit and vegetables are literally the cure to all of the preventable diseases. Diabetes, heart disease, strokes, cancer, fruit and vegetables. It seems so simple, right? It is simple, but it's not easy. And remember, what is easy to do is also easy not to do. Because look at this world. It's full of food-like substances that are so cheap, so convenient, so readily available, and the fruit and vegetables are not. When is the last time you went to the movie theater and saw any fruit or any vegetables available? When is the last time you went to a baseball or basketball game and there was any fruit or vegetables available? A plane. Do they ever have any fruit or vegetables available on a plane? No. And it is a goddamn miracle when you find an $8 cup of grapes at the airport. Am I right? Don't expect those to be organic. Side note, don't you dare ever buy $8 grapes at the airport. You better fucking bring your own grapes to the airport. If I see you buying grapes at the airport, I'm going to take those grapes and eat them. Because you dumb. Anyway, you got to prepare, boo. You go the day before to the store and you buy your own shit to go travel. You don't wait till you get to the airport to buy grapes for $8 for 8 grapes. $1 a grape. Sorry. It just is so frustrating that you can buy a bag of pretzels for $2 and a cup of grapes is $8. But that's the world we live in. It's not convenient. And no, it's not affordable if you're going to be a dumb fuck. Okay? Only dumb fucking healthy vegans buy grapes at the airport or billionaires. Okay? But if you're a regular person with less than $1 billion, I promise you, if you prepare, if you look around for fruit wholesalers, if you go to the sections of the store where stuff is ripe and much cheaper, you can be a raw vegan on a budget. 100%, I promise you. You don't need a lot of money to be raw. Okay? Here are some tips and tricks. Number 1, fruit wholesalers. Type in fruit wholesaler and your zip code. And if you go there, you can buy cases of fruit at a tremendous discounted rate. I have even gotten free jackfruits from fruit wholesalers. The reason I didn't shop at them, most of my raw vegan life is because I never knew how to drive until 2023. I got my driver's license in 2023 after 12 years being raw. So I did go to wholesalers a few times with friends, but I never really had raw vegan friends in real life. So I never had anybody that really wanted to go to a fruit wholesaler. Number 2, the ripening section of the produce department. So in a lot of smaller grocery stores, you'll find a overripe section. That's what it's called. The overripe section, not the ripening. It's called the overripe section, Sherry. Sorry, guys, we're writing a book. So you're going to go to that section and you're going to find overripe produce that is probably actually perfectly ripe. I always get my bananas in this section, okay? They're perfectly ripe. Tomatoes, peppers, okay? Some things are too ripe. Okay, don't buy those. But usually I find a lot of really good stuff in that section, okay? Number 3, you're going to stick to conventional produce. Yes, organic tastes better and is better for you and the planet. But if you don't have the funds, then don't worry about it, boo. Number 4, you might need to get a part-time job at a farmer's market or a grocery store or at a farm. And this way you can get free and or discounted produce. That is exactly what I did in 2011. I got a part-time job at New York's only vegetarian supermarket. It is not there anymore, unfortunately, but it was called Integral Yoga Natural Foods. And I got so much free produce and I got a discount on everything in the store. And that's how I was able to afford these very expensive ingredients that I wanted, like coconut water, coconut meat, mulberries, fucking cashews, okay? Almond butter. So those are my biggest tips and tricks. I also want to highly recommend you stay away from expensive things that you don't need. You don't need a dehydrator. You don't need a Vitamix. You can go on Amazon and you type in blender with a tamper and you can find them for about $100. Or you go to Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist. But Facebook Marketplace is really, really good for finding stuff super cheap, okay? And you might need to drive a little far to get it. But I know a lot of people that have gotten some really good things on Facebook Marketplace. You can also find fruit on Facebook Marketplace. I know people that have found free persimmons this winter on Facebook Marketplace. So go to Facebook, type in fruit, go to Marketplace, type in fruit, type in raw vegan, type in blenders, type in dehydrators, see what you can get, boo. And let me know. Write to me at jd@Ms.FitVegan.com. I would love to hear your stories about what you can get for the cheap, for the really cheap on Facebook Marketplace. So anyway, that is that. Those are my best tips on eating raw on a budget. Obviously, you want to make your own food. You don't want to be buying juices outside or smoothies outside or these raw vegan gourmet stuff. You want to make your own food. And you also want to make your own things like tahini and almond butter and all those pre-made things. You want to make them yourself, okay? And you want to focus on the cheapest fruits. And also the fruits that are always going to ripen properly. So apples, oranges, bananas, grapes. Those are super cheap items. All vegetables are pretty cheap, especially if you don't get organic. You want to find a really cheap place to shop in your area. Whole Foods is not the way, boo. It's not the way. Sprouts is not the way. You want to find a small fruit farmer, like fruit market. What am I trying to say? A small farmer's market. Yeah, there you go. Okay, a small place that sells fruit for the cheap. And I promise you can afford being raw. This is a very, very lame excuse. You cannot afford to not go raw. Because what's going to happen is you're going to waste your entire life being miserable in that body that you don't like. please don't waste it. Don't waste another day. Because if you don't go raw, you're in for a life of preventable diseases. You're in for a life of x-rays and doctor's appointments and specialists. You're in for a life of prescription pills. You're in for a life of suffering down the road. Remember, what is hard now leads to an easier future. Taking it easy now leads to a hard future. And one of my favorite quotes is, if you are hard on yourself, life will be easy on you. Don't you forget it, boo. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye. Oh, I'm back. And don't waste money. This is the last tip. Don't waste money on these exotic tropical fruits. Don't waste money on expensive things like berries and out of season mangoes and things like that. Okay? Don't waste money on expensive fruit if you don't have it. All right? Get stuff that's on sale. Okay? That is the best stuff because it's ripe and it's in season. All right? You want to focus on the things that are on sale, and you don't want to waste money on exotic fruit, and you definitely don't want to play the victim, okay? Because you can have amazing oranges, apples, bananas. You can make incredible smoothies, smoothie bowls, and ice cream with simple ingredients. Check out 100freerecipes.com. That's my free recipe book. Everything in there is supermarket foods. There's no exotic tropical fruit in there, okay? You can do this, boo. Trust me, you can do this. All right, that's all.